What is up, guys? It's your boy GRC. What do we got? A little transition. Cool, cool, cool. I haven't looked at crypto all day, which is rare. Make sure I'm all plugged in. So I wanted to get right into the news that I was seeing as I got back from the gym and stuff. So when I was getting back from the gym, I noticed this. MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor steps down as CEO after company reports 900 million in crypto losses. Do I think this might potentially not matter at all? Yes. Is it fun to cover because this dude's the biggest dork in history and he literally was wrong about everything? I think he founded this company, or I think this company started in like the 90s, early 90s, potentially. I don't know if that sounds about right from his age. And then he went full force Bitcoin and they're stepping away from it, baby. What does that make me think right away? Boom. Uh-oh. Bitcoin Olympic game adoption. Even Michael Saylor doesn't want it. And he's a boomer. Maybe is this a step away from talking about it as much? I'm not saying this guy's not going to buy the asset. But what I'm going to get into after this is more about Ethereum 2.0. Because I want to know, when all this time passes and we're at the end of the year, if Ethereum 2.0 is still not out, I might never go on Ethereum again, just because it's just a promise coin. It's turning into a promise coin. Whoa. Let me see what's going on in the chat. We got 27 in here. Cool. Does Saylor speak in such a fashion? I've only heard him speak 8 times, spoke the same each way. Doesn't open his mouth. Odd. All my squirrel friends are red. All my squirrel friends are red too. Late to your own parade. Guys, what is up? Change is always Turan. Tea time symphony. Pulse Lord. Oh, snap. What's up? Never go full. Yeah, pretty much. This dude went full. He was like, he thought he was starting. He thought it was a new tech, but he forgot that he was a fucking old man. Old men don't get the word first, but smart ones can get the word, without losing everything. 900 million for him. Was that like, I don't know if that's even a lot for him. But again, this is just a news article, so maybe they're switching it up at MicroStrategy. I'm going to read it. So let's give it hell. Nice. I just fucked my screen up. Just fucked it up again. What the fuck? Literally did the only thing I could possibly do to mess my screen up. All right, cool. I'm going to pull it up all the way. Oh my God, that looks so much better now. I kind of fixed it. I just want the article to zoom in, okay? Not my, there we go. Okay, so as you see here, guys, big old Michael Saylor face. Look at that little squirrel. Looks like a squirrel. He loves his Bitcoins. You heard it here first. Michael Saylor loves his Bitcoins. He lost 900 million. 900 million, which in crypto, not that much. But for a dude like this who only supports Bitcoin, funny. And it's a lot of money, but it's also very funny. And that's kind of why we're here, right? The second part of the show is not going to be as funny. It's going to be a little bit more informative, but let me read. MicroStrategy said co-founder Michael Saylor will no longer serve as chief executive officer and will assume the new role as chairman, new role of executive chairman as the enterprise software maker reported a second quarter loss of about 1 billion after taking 917.8 million impairment charge related to the decline in the value of the Bitcoin it holds. That means they got liquidated, baby. Liquidated, baby. We love it. We love to see it. God, I love to see it. Saylor, because I just don't believe in Bitcoin. But a lot of people believe in Bitcoin, but I don't. Happy to finally watch you live. Hey, what the hex? Great to see you in here. Nobody sleeps good after 900 mil. That's true. There's probably a couple guys that wouldn't bother, but that's just pretty much everyone would just want to die after that. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Saylor, who had made owning Bitcoin on Tyson's Corner, Virginia's based company's balance sheet a part of its business strategy, will focus on the cryptocurrency acquisition strategy of related advocacy initiatives. Bitcoin tumbled 59% in the quarter and traded about 45% lower than the price at the end of the year. Earlier period MicroStrategy president Feng Li will take on executive role. They're talking about that grayscale there, guys. That's the fake Bitcoins that they pay for with their rich money. Revenue dropped to 122.1 million. Analysts polled by Bloomberg expected revenue of 123.25 million in the second quarter. Net quarterly loss of 1.062 billion compared with a loss of 299.3 million in the same quarter of last year. Saylor got double topped. They call that double butthole smoking where I'm from. Saylor got destroyed 2 years in a row, and he had the same idea both years. And Richard was telling him to his face, bro, wake up, delusional old man, wake up. Like, dude, Richard was trying to save this dude some coin. For real. Dude just wasted all this fucking money. Dumbass. Revenue dropped to 122.1 million. Analysts polled by Bloomberg expected revenue of 123.25 million in the second quarter. Net quarterly loss of 1.62 billion compared with 299.3 million in the same quarter of last year. Saylor has been CEO of MicroStrategy since '89. Hey, I was close on the date, and I didn't even look that up. That's good backtracking. As June 30th, the carrying value of the company's 129,699 Bitcoins was 1.988 billion, they said, reflecting the cumulative impairment loss of 1.989 billion. They lost half their money in Bitcoin. I mean, they lost half of their value of USD in Bitcoin. Get wrecked. I hope this means we dump. GRC wants dump. ETH 2.0. Wait, yeah, I gotta still think about ETH 2.0. So is there a year where they can't? Because they have to stake for a while, right? Is there a length specifically? I can't. That's why I have that article behind this one. Okay, I have an ETH 2.0 article behind this one. So this one's more for the clout news bullshit. MicroStrategy began investing in Bitcoins 2020 because Saylor saw it as a hedge against inflation, even though it records 85% drops every 3 years. But Michael Saylor has never checked the chart, and he thought his big old MicroStrategy bags were going to hold up the price. But then he realized that he was dumb. And there's always a guy like Michael Saylor in the market. There has to be. There's always someone that has a lot of value and has the wrong information, and they're going to move on that. It doesn't always have to be someone as big as Michael Saylor, but it's going to be someone. It's not going to go straight up. Someone's going to be the last in line. Everything's reflexive, Like there's always going to be someone somewhere. And maybe this guy just talks too much because we wouldn't even know who the fuck he was if he would keep his face off the internet. He urged people to refinance their home. That would have been such a clutch call. Double butthole smoking. Yeah, he got double smoked. Dude, think about it. You're like, oh, we're going to 100K. Oh, not so bad. We went to 40. Dude, everyone's short. We're going to 100K again. Bam, 66K, back down to 1735. Get fucking smoked, you piece of crap. And you're a piece of crap because of what you tell other people to do. He's probably a decent guy behind the scenes. This is probably all like half a fucking scam joke to him because he's rich, and I don't know what it's like to be one of these fucking people that just lie all day. But it's like they're probably so used to it that it doesn't even matter. Anyway, let's see what the next thing we have up is. I hope you guys don't get bored because, whoops. We need to talk to Vitalik Buterin. And he's boring as hell. But it's just a picture of his face. Don't worry. I didn't feel like watching videos today. I wanted to read. And I'm assuming you guys do you guys read along or do you just listen? Let me know in the chat. So I know, like, in general, if people like for me to keep it big. Do you think Bitcoin will be the example setter for the following cryptos? No, they're not. Nobody's following Bitcoin. Everyone's running away from Bitcoin. Literally, everyone. They're all trying to do delegated proof of stake. All the smart guys, Hoskinson, Richard, the fucking, there's like 2 other guys that are heavy hitters. Like pretty much all the fucking top 10 heavy hitters are doing delegated proof of stake. What does that mean? That means they all sat in a room and came up with the same freaking plan based on the best possible knowledge they had in the moment. And if, I'm not going to study it all day to figure out which one's better. I'm going to assume that Charles and Richard did their due diligence in making a product that they wanted to scale ultimate into like making it the most effective way. And I think at the time that delegated proof of stake is the most effective way. So no, I think Bitcoin's stupid. I think Bitcoin's I think the market cap's too inflated. I think Ethereum's going to flip it way faster. If it might not have already been able to flip it without the 40% or whatever of Satoshi's coins that sit in the circulating supply, even though they're not traded. So there is a lot of nuance there. And Bitcoin just is like framed and like social calibrated, like way better. So like social consensus chart would be Bitcoin way higher still. But like legitimacy and smart money is like moving fast to Ethereum, like fast. Like, I think. Because I mean, come on, dude. Just from like a perspective of me just watching like Ethereum just rip and roar, like we're at $2,500 Ethereum, guys, and everyone thinks we're like fucked. I'm like, dude, this is sick. That's an expensive Ethereum, I'm not saying it's like a uber expensive Ethereum, but come on, 2,500 for an Ethereum? Tell me that doesn't seem a little priced up right now compared to the dollar in general. So I do expect corrections, like huge, heavy. I don't know. I don't. I just. Let me tell you how I personally think. All my shit's in USDC. And if I get fucked, not all my stakes and stuff, obviously. Like I have stakes and I have some stuff, but like the majority of my funds is in USDC. And I quite am not confident enough in providing liquidity yet. So it's pretty much just sitting there doing nothing. But the dollar's gaining value, in my opinion, as we lose value in crypto. But that's just me. Hey, if Hex roars to the moon, I'll be a happy camper. I got hella stakes coming out a year, 2 years. Like, dude, I'll be pumped out. I'll be pumped out if it goes up. I'll have some opportunity cost in my liquid bag, but I sacrifice for pulse chain, guys. You got to remember, spread yourself out a little bit, whether that's in the same ecosystem or not. I feel comfortable because I do have some legs where if I do liquidate a lot of my Ethereum and some of my liquid Hex and some of my Maxi, which I did a while back now, it's just been basically fucking, a little bit down sideways since. Nothing crazy. I'm definitely sold at a higher time, but like I could easily get flipped on that and then stayed above. So, I might be one of those guys that's buying higher, but I might be one of those guys who's tripling their bags too. So it shall be interesting. Yeah, I sacked for PLS, bro. I sacked heavy for everything. I sacked super heavy. Okay, let me pull up this video. Let me pull up this. What do we got here, guys? We just went over Michael Saylor. Now what are we going to? We're going to Gabri M. This is a comment in a post that I was reading on Crypto Banter. Thought it was going to be stupid. And guys, I do look at a lot of this stuff because whether you like it or not, these guys that do write some of these, they're going to put enough into it to like get across the information that I want. I'm not trying to recreate the blockchain here. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And that's where I'm at right now. And right now in my studies, I'm basically like trying to figure out why delegated proof of stake is so good. And in my brain, I'm trying to figure out what problems could arise from it. So like, as I go, just know like, this is how I think about things though. This has nothing to do with like me trying to recreate or do anything. I like to figure things out in my head. So I'm thinking to myself, where can this delegated proof of stake fail in the future? And why could it fail? But that's just me thinking. Like I hope those guys have thought about this already. Richard, Vitalik thought about it for 10 fucking years. Richard's going to beat him to market in one. God damn, Richard. Richard is the crypto goat. I don't care what anyone says. Every time I get like even like the slightest bit offended or turned off from Richard, he just freaking is amazing. And he just drops some killer alpha. And I'm like, Oh, wait. It's the crypto goat. He's going on with Rollo Tomasi on Friday. That's going to be insane. I might have to stream that. I don't give a fuck. Like that, dude, I read that dude's book, changed my life when I was a young man. The supply issuance of this, I am still a young man, but you know what I mean. The supply issuance. Okay, so guys, we're talking about the merge here. This was written 7 minutes ago when I started. So that's probably roughly 59 minutes ago or whatever. I can't remember when I started, but it's been a long time coming, but the biggest upgrade in crypto history, guys, I'm giving you those 7-minute updated videos here. And I check all this shit out before and try to find the best ones. And I think that's the best way to do it because in crypto world, it's all about the fastest. It's all about the fastest. You guys think I should get a website? You think I should make a full website like this? I like to write, like, believe it or not. Like, I do enjoy writing a little bit. The supply issuance of this top altcoin is about to be slashed by 90%. Overview. Post-merge supply shock. A few altcoins break the downtrend. OP token hack, USDT, and USDC Oasis DPEG. Ethereum's post-merge supply shock. Good morning, Banter fam. Banter fam. What a douchebag fam. 9 years in crypto. Lots of big egos get crushed. Let me read the chat for a second so I don't miss anything. Yeah, I sacked for Pulse and PulseX. I did. I sacked for Liquid Loans and I sacked for Mintra, but I did just baby money on those. And the other ones I did more, in my opinion. At the time, it wasn't that much. Now it seems like a lot because it was like 30 cents. I was like selling Hex for all this shit. Dante, you know all that shit? Dante, are you gay or straight? Because like I didn't know gay guys like that book. To be honest, I'm not trying to be mean at all. But he did call me handsome a couple of times. That's the only reason. And I'm not trying to be a douchebag. I like Dante. He's a fucking man. His transformation's one of a kind. And we will be covering all of the fitness stuff. If you got to keep watching, please keep watching. Dante, keep watching these fitness episodes. You done called me like good looking and shit. And I was like, well, he does whatever. You know, he's part of the crypto fitness challenge. That's all that matters. Body fat off the skeletal muscle. Off the skeleton. All right. With the successful merge of the Wraps and testnet just deployed, the Ethereum mainnet inches closer. Inches? Don't you dare use that word. Get that word out of here. Inches. Yeah, inches. More like fucking this sloth movement sleeping all year long for a decade straight. Consensus mechanism. And could play as early as August, according to its developers. Ooh, very specific. The merge will be one of the most extensive fundamental changes in the supply in crypto history. But why? Okay, guys. Yeah, so this is important to highlight. You do want to know this information. So we're having a funny stream. No, I know some guys call guys handsome, Dante. I ain't saying that. Yeah, I was just wondering. I don't know. I've never spoken with you. I've never seen your face other than a few of those pictures. I was just wondering. Everyone's from different parts of the world, man. I get hit on sometimes, and I like to know the people in my chat, but how am I supposed to know what someone's sexuality is? You can't see that on a person unless you see him in real life. But that's good, man. I was just curious. We're not haters around here. There's zero hating capability from me, unless it's like Joker or something, and he's on his weird ass shit. Or one of these dorks. None of my crew though. My crew's solid. When the successful merge of the Wraps and blah, 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 the merge will be the most extensive fundamental change in the crypto history. I don't necessarily know if that's true, but that's probably kind of true. Firstly, the supply issuance of ETH will be reduced by 90%. Now, don't get tripped up over these words, guys. We're going to work through this. We are not going to believe sentences before we read on them. And when they say reduced by 90%, there's nuance there. Lots of nuance. Is there a time limit? Are they stuck in there for a certain amount of time? Yes. And I'm talking to the people that are brand new, not the ones that have kind of already looked into this. Because this is more so my first go around and looking into this. But, I've heard so many alpha crypto gods talk about it that I've got a little bit of it. Once the merge switches from proof of work to proof of stake, consensus mechanisms miners will become obsolete. And the high cost of running expensive equipment will be a thing of the past. That's what I was talking about this morning. And if anyone didn't watch the morning show, we talked about providing liquidity and we talked about ETH 2.0 and delegated proof of stake. And I like to reiterate things. Like when something's stuck in my head, I need to learn it. So it's just like my day cannot go on until I learn some little concepts. But this one's really important in particular because it has crosses with pulse chain all over. However, it's not exactly the same. And it's important to understand the differences. That's why we really want to get down to the nuts and bolts. I'm not the kind of guy who just believes stuff that's in the ether. I don't believe shit. I'm just in this room working. Okay. I got to do what I got to do. And I'm going to learn this stuff because I actually want to be really, 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 really capable of, making a huge impact. And I really think you have to learn. I'm not gay now. Luisito, crypto. I was checking out the back end of the Crypto Fitness Challenge today and double checking on some stuff. Couple fucking liars in there, but I'm not Luisito. No, that's for sure. Dante and him, their profiles looked incredible. I used to be dead. I used to be ripped. I didn't, to be honest, guys, don't tell anyone this. I've been struggling to work out as hard as I did like a month ago. Just because, I don't know. It's just like my body wants the energy here, but I still work out. Like I did 50 push-ups before I got on too, it was a quick crank out. I do 50 push-ups. If I ever want to play a game or if I ever want to like do something that I think is like a little negative, I'm like do 50 push-ups before just so I feel like doesn't hurt so bad. Is PLSD? Oh my God. Gunther is fucking smoking that shit. That is dope. That is dope. Hey, I told everyone I got wrecked on PLSD. I'm down fucking 86%. I sold it all at $4. I told everyone I take my L's, man. I take my L's. I'm not saying I won't buy back at 20. I got enough money where if I I'm just fucking with you guys. But I did sell it. But I'm not, come on. I can't. I wanted another DCA in Hex. I just wanted it. Yeah, we could get wrecked, guys. I'm the first one to admit it. Gunther came on here. There was like 300 people in here last night. And a quick side tangent, I want to see if anyone's in here. You bought my bags, bro. Dude, give me it back, bro. Jerry sold also. I'm just saying, like, this is me. I don't think about personalities, right? This isn't a crybaby bam bam game to me. Like any of these guys were talking like that in real life, I'd smack them right across their face. Man, I'm not talking about those two in particular, but this like whole teenage, like we're all grown as fuck, like way grown. Like, how could we be arguing about Twitter and stuff like this? It doesn't really compute in my gym rat brain. But I wanted to like bring it up because I was kind of curious about PLSD, to be honest. Like Gunther's so passionate about it that it's like I want to know about it, and I also want to be like super honed in if he like dumps all his shit, so I can like make sure that we avoid doing that. So I mean, and he's allowed to do what he wants. That's not his project or anything. I'm not a hater. He knows that. I really like Gunther. I think he's interesting, but everyone's doing their job to get their bags going. That's all I'm saying. And I'm doing my job to get my bags going, trying to make a good channel, trying to be here for the future and have a big platform. And I'm trying my best. Everyone's trying their best. Hex bags obliterated thanks to pulse chain delay. At chain that is meant to be continuously updated like Ethereum is still not out. Frank, get freaking market timer. This Richard, wish I had sold and bought Pulse Doge. Nah, I mean, come on. And the guys that are acting like buying Pulse Doge is like the easiest call in history. That's a little ridiculous. Like, I wish I bought Pulse Doge. It's like a super speculative asset to be like wishing you like were trading in between. I'd say if you do a Pulse Doge buy, you should probably do like one and like just keep it. Because well, let's think about this logic. How much money do you really need? Gunther told us it's going to the fucking unit. Like, and if it does, just buy a little bit of it and sit on it. You don't have to fucking swap, because a lot more downside for Pulse Doge just because of the speculation aspect of it. Like, what if someone comes out with someone cooler or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, Gunther has some kind of sixth sense. He does have a little bit. I kind of agree with that though. Like, he does got himself a little bit of a sixth sense, but my vote's on down. But again, my vote doesn't count. Like, I'm allowed to say these things because that's my vote. My vote, just like, these are random coins. I'm trying to like emphasize to you guys as well that this is like random coin shit. Like, you can't just be certain. Anyone who is certain, I don't know if they'd say it in real life in front of people. I think they just do it because they're on the internet. Boom, I said it. Clip it out. I need to learn how to clip. I actually watched 2 videos today, Bullish, if you're watching, on how to clip better. So that was, for me, that's a lot because I usually am so ADD that I don't focus. Let's get back to the show. And real quick, is there any articles or any news that you guys want me to cover? Because guys, I'm sitting here studying right now. I'd love to jump onto something that anyone's looking at or wants to see. I already went through the Michael Saylor episode. What I got from that is not so much. I'm not going to front. Like, I really think that's more of a keep them in the news because they're all friends, it seems like, from the article. And they didn't really say any negative things from that. He already lost the money. The position's where it's at. If it goes down another 50%, I don't know. But the one thing I can take from it is that if Michael Saylor doesn't believe in Bitcoin and he's just going to switch his brand, he probably will sell it because he's an idiot. And he will sell his bags just to be out of the asset because he can't hold that frame long enough in another space. It's something, it's just what it seems like, at least. Like he wants to move on, or I don't know, anything. What about the 200 million bridge hack? Was that EVMOS? Oh, that's a good one. Oh, wait, I got to finish talking about this because this is actually important and I just totally forgot about it. So real quick, guys, and we are going to go through this. I'm not going to play around here. This was more for me. We're talking about delegated proof of stake deeper into detail. The Ethereum protocol compensates miners as much as 13,200 K daily ETH for securing. That's I don't know that number. 1,100. I hate when they put K behind it because doesn't that just mean 1,000? Like in RuneScape, it meant 1,000, and then I'm like 131,000. Anyway, for securing the chain while the Ethereum mainnet remains in proof of work. In addition, they tend to sell approximately 10.5 worth of that ETH to pay for equipment. This is my huge problem with all this shit, dude. This whole equipment buying shit is so dumb. Who the fuck? You have to be a mega omega nerd to buy this shit now. Dude, you can provide liquidity and make money every day. And you want me to go out and buy a fucking machine from a company that has, there's supposedly 3 of them? Dude, I don't get it, bro. Bitcoin is whacked. I'm just saying, like, for someone who's never written a check or never sent what is it called? A fucking fax machine. I've never sent a fax. I've never written a check. Like, guys like me who are a little bit younger, just take my perspective to be a little bit deeper, just because I've never done the things that like require all that shit. It to me seems like a long shot, like, especially because they say they have to spend so much money on hardware. And I need to find a spreadsheet with the hardware costs and shit. So we'll get there, but it's always changing, obviously, but still. I want to know if that rate is just like hard to keep up with. A DApp bridge on EVMOS was compromised, not EVMOS stakers. Yeah, my bad. Bridge. It was a bridge hack. I saw that. I want to hear more about the Pulse X logo. LOL, the hat looks like a bit connected. PLSD at all-time highs right now, guys. PLSD stream. This is the PLSD pump stream. Let's pull up the price chart. I feel like he is literally revenge. What do they call that? Revenge buying with all his fucking bags. What if he's like, fuck it, I'm getting a Honda, sells a Tesla, buys fucking Pulse Doge. Best decision ever. I'm worried also, too, that he made it so good with Hex that he's like maybe a hair too confident. But again, he's a smart motherfucker. And I can only like think, right? I can't fit. I don't know him. So let's go to the live chart here. CoinGecko. Shoo. Shoo. That's a good looking chart, guys. Oh my God, I didn't even pull it up. That's annoying. That is a good looking chart right there. Biceps for bullish. He's back. Yep. Biceps for bullish. Yeah, well, I don't show price charts to predict price. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at it because it's kind of like interesting. I'm like, but again, in such a small environment with such tight liquidity, the dude mentions and I'm not hating on anyone, But the guy mentions every time that he's got a fuck ton of money, and you don't need a fuck ton of money to hold the price up. You really don't need that much at all. So, I mean, it's kind of clear. But I mean, we got to check the wallet. Someone do some wallet analysis on that. And I'm not trying to poke fun at anyone, not even his wallet. I want to know what people are doing, buying and selling on that. I am not a hater by any means. I hope that shit goes to fucking $1 billion. I really do. That would be like, because I would buy some. I would just get that little premium racked. Robinhood laying off 23%. I think that is a good place to go, because that is what I think is important. What do they call it? The Great Resignation. That was the initial thumbnail on this, or the initial title of this thing was The Great Resignation. And it's this phenomenon that's going on. I haven't even looked up the definition, but I can tell you exactly what it is because I'm experiencing it as we go. You know what I mean? I quit my job because the value proposition wasn't good enough anymore. And it wasn't about the specific amount of money that I was making. That wasn't the problem. But I had no time. I had no time. Therefore, I couldn't learn any of the things that I'm learning now. I couldn't have studied these articles because you don't have enough emotional energy to do so. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, you can slack ass with 2 jobs if you have kids because your kids are going to friggin' die and you're going to be a loser if you don't get them. But when you're, I don't have any kids or anything. I need to learn. I want to be effective. I need to go back to school, and I never went to school. So, I'm paying my dues, but it's free here. I actually get paid a little to do it. Imagine, I get paid a little bit to go to school. Robinhood cuts 23. Holy shit. Bullish said that number, but it didn't even absorb for me yet. Robinhood cuts 23% of its workforce in a second round layoff, affecting only 800 jobs. 2,600. That's wild. Look at this guy, man. He's pissed about his Robinhood. He looks like a freaking Robin Hood if you put a little green hat on. Or is that what it's called, Robin Hood? Yeah, that's what it's called. Stock trading app Robinhood will lay off 23% of its workforce, it said Tuesday. The cut primarily affects employees who work in operations, marketing, and program management. Oh, just those three sectors. Robinhood effectively cut 8% of its workforce in April after growing too rapidly during the pandemic. They grew too rapidly. No, they over-leveraged themselves and got wrecked. Stock trading app Robinhood will lay off 23% of its staff. Its company announced Tuesday the cut will primarily impact employees in Robinhood's operation, marketing management department. CEO Vlad Tenev said in message to employees that was also posted on the company's blog. It's the second round of layoffs for Robinhood in 2022. The company previously announced plans April to lay off 9% of its workforce after growing too rapidly during the pandemic amid a boom in stock trading interest. Oh, wait, so you can't predict that? You can't since there's a pandemic going around, we better hire more people. What? Stupid people. That's not, you're not even writing a sentence. You're just copying that from somewhere because you didn't write that. They said it previously announced plans to lay off April. It's growing too rapidly during a pandemic. No, just say it's a shit company. Just switch this to a shit company because you have to prepare. You got to be ready for turbulent times. Hex survives 95% dumps, hits all-time highs. He's going to do it again here very shortly. At the time, well, I don't know about very shortly, but hopefully within a year. At the time, Robinhood had around 3,900 employees. Tuesday's cuts are likely to affect more than 800 jobs based on those numbers. In the message to employees, Tenev outlined the reason behind today's cuts, writing that the earlier layoffs did not go far enough to bring down costs amid record inflation in the crypto market crash, which has reduced trading activity on the platform. Yes, there is very little trading activity on the platform right now because everyone got liquidated. I share this to be transparent as I can with all of you who work every day to deliver on our mission, Tenev wrote. We will be parting ways with many incredibly talented people today in an extremely challenging macro environment. I want to reduce the burden of this difficult transition as much as possible. Yeah, you should have reduced the burden by preparing for a fucking dump after they sent everyone helicopter money and we went into a freaking pandemic. That's when you should have helped them. Not you're just greeting them at the door while you stick your finger up their butt. He's like, oh, bye guys. By the way, hey, little wet Willie. Are you going to make them feel happy? Oh, we dumped them, but we really, really. Let me read it in his words. Imagine if this was me and I just had to fire my crew. Imagine GRC got a group full of guys just lost their fucking job, and girls. We will be parting ways with many incredibly talented people today in an extremely challenging macro environment, and I want to reduce this burden of this difficult transition as much as possible. Like, like it's just so douchey, like unreal douchiness. That's why I hate anyone who has to wear a suit. No, I don't hate the person, but like I would never want to work into that environment, because if someone made me speak a sentence like that, I would feel like I couldn't go to bed at night because I was just a piece of crap. Like, it's just like, this is all bullshit. Like, are you real human or are you robot? Like, you just fucking fired them. Like, they're pissed. Like, at least just be like, is what it is about it. Shares of Robinhood fell as much as 4% in late trading Tuesday following the announcement. The company is set to report its second quarter financial results and answer questions from analysts on Wednesday. Oh, maybe we should look at Robinhood. Is there any way you could pull that up? Like, I don't know. Where do they show that shit? Just like ranking sites? Robinhood's growth skyrocketed during the pandemic, when many people had the time to devote to trading. Oh, thank God our people had time to devote to trading on a centralized freaking app, thanks in part to the government stimulus check and fewer entertainment options. I actually heard some alpha for some people using like as a transition onto DeFi, people using Robinhood. So this is actually really interesting news. I didn't think anyone but like randos used it, but supposedly there's a couple people that are on board with it, or like think it's easier to onboard, if that makes sense. But the company hasn't been able to sustain that momentum. Monthly active users has been steadily declining in the past 3 quarters, from 18.9 million in the third quarter to 21. Hold on, I was going to full screen it. I didn't know I was in half screen. Monthly active users has been steadily declining to the past 3 quarters, from 18.9 in the third quarter to 21 to 7. The quarter of 2021 to 17.3 million in the fourth quarter to 15.9 million by March 2022. Revenue dropped 43% in the quarter compared to the year prior, and customers became more cautious with their portfolios. Oh, wow. They became more cautious. Very insightful by this. Look at this fucking cock. Look at his lazy eye. Look at him. What drug are you on, bro? That are you like sedated right now? He looks like he just got a horse tranquilizer up his ass and then took 3 Quaaludes. Scumbags. Well, that was interesting. So I'll pull myself up for a sec and just say a couple things. Like, oh, my bad, bullish. Let me see this. I want to see this actually. Oh, is this on the monthly? What is this on? Let's see. Let's go to the 1 month yet, and go to the year to date. So, Robinhood is getting, wrecked just like everything else. But again, when things get low like this, you kind of just have to like hope they don't start ditching people, right? So what I've noticed about some of this stuff is when, oh shit, I forgot my point. Oh, it's like when everything's down, I don't think it necessarily matters sometimes whether something drops like 86% or like 96%, but like, has it recorded similar things and made it back? And that kind of shows some of that core fundamental strength, I feel like. And I mean, what do you say? Like, even though people hate on Cardano, like, I think I've maybe bought it before, like way back, but I haven't held that shit for a while. 99% dump, all-time highs. Incredible. It already occurred, right? But what if this is the first, it's definitely not the first bear market for Cardano, I guess. But Hex is pretty sticky, man. It's hard not to buy it around this price. The lazy eye is a glass eye, is it really? Yeah, he probably pops that shit out and sells it to little kids. Hey, you want to play a game? Let me go to this real quick. Oh, thank you for that. So we're talking about these mass layoffs and stuff. And what is it called? The Great Resignation. So this was kind of like my thought to have about the show initially. It's like everyone's quitting their jobs. And I want to tell you why. Because it might not be clear to some people, but it's very clear to me because I did it in real time and I didn't even know this great resignation was going on. It just happened to be the truth. Just think of this as more as a report. I was making a good amount of money, amount of money that any man would have been happy to make probably if he didn't have any kids, of course, because when you have kids, you're fucking shit screwed with the money. And I saw crypto happening. I was a part of the Hex community. I bought Hex at 2 cents. I wrote it up to 56 cents. You know, I was like, all in, staking, doing all this stuff, having a good time. Luckily, I staked most of my stuff under 11 cents. I got kind of lucky there. I did get hacked for a fucking $40,000. So that did happen. And so I took my L's too. But when my number go up, now I have more Hex than I did when I got hacked, blah, blah, blah. You know, everything's worked out. But the value proposition, when you watch something go from 2 cents to 56 and you're literally driving around all day to make money, like risking your life, just like driving around, just like hoping, you're just like basically killing time. And that's what I was doing because it wasn't something that I was building or intending on building anymore. So it was like my heart wasn't there. And I just was like, dude, I need to learn crypto, but I have to drive around for 8 hours every day. How can I do this? So I just listened to my earbuds for 8 hours straight every day while I worked. And eventually I knew enough where I was like, yep, if this happens one more time, I'll probably never have to work again. So I quit my job and I started YouTube streaming. And I told everyone, said, you can't YouTube stream for a career. You don't have to do this. You don't. I said, dude, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, dude. This is the easiest way for me to do shit because I like to chit chat. I like to talk. People like me. So this is just where I fit in, I think, like as my role. Like if I was good at other shit, I'm not good at that much shit. I work out, you know, friendly guy, but I'm just a workaholic. I just want to work on a project, and this is where I ended up. So basically that value proposition over time, it just corrodes. Like, it's just like, what am I doing? I'm just driving around a lot. Like, where's the real work coming in? I just never wanted to make a paycheck personally. Like I never really like cared. I remember people saying, oh, you're getting your paycheck on Friday. I was like, I haven't looked at my bank account in fucking 6 months. I could care less. Like I'm working 8 hours a day. I ain't looking at my money too. So I've always been like a bit detached from that, but a lot of that value proposition from working, going to school, it's just eroding. The college system will be gone. It will be gone. It will be gone so quick. The value proposition. Wait, we can. Damn, I was hoping to turn this into a debate between Kinetics and Freddie Quotes. They can come on here and debate. Yeah, no, to be honest, I might have like a personality disorder or something because to me, it was rough that night. I never thought about it again. I just don't think about money like that. I just think about being comfortable and excited in that day. I'm very like narrow-minded, I guess. It's just a good thing and a bad thing. But yeah, the money wasn't mine anyway, right? It was on the internet. So I didn't feel the hit. I had never taken money out of crypto before. So I never took money out of crypto. I still have hardly. I mean, I swapped to USDC, but I'm telling you, under $5,000 I've extracted from crypto. I've never really wanted to do it personally. I don't want to take the golden goose out of the egg. I just want to swap it to USDC every once in a while. Win streamer going hate. Nexo took 20K from me. Oof, man, that's rough. Yeah, so the college system, how did you get hacked? I interacted with a contract that was for a free airdrop. I think we nailed it down to that. But the dude who hacked me had like $150 million in Hex. 150 million coins of Hex. Yeah, I can tell. Hey, it's been a while. How about we break this down? This is actually, I like doing things on the fly. How about I mention the hack right now? I'll tell everyone what was going on. I'm going to go to a commercial break just so I want to pee and just, let's talk about, I'll tell you my whole experience with the hack, how I got into crypto. Why don't we just go story time GRC? I'll tell you guys how I got into crypto. I feel like I've detached from that because I just talk about like the news all the time. So I'd like to tell you, maybe I'll give you from 18 to 20 to now. So I'll give you the 18 from 20 now, but I'll emphasize like when I got into crypto, how I got hacked, and then how I adjusted from that to be happy all the time and not working. Other than this is working, I know, but I just don't relate to it as working yet. Okay, I am going to just do a quick DeFi proof break. Actually, I'm going to do a crypto fitness challenge break because we have an episode on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday where we're bringing some crypto fitness challenge top dogs onto the show, doing some of them be pre-recorded, some of them will be live, depending on what the person wants to do, just to share people's experience changing their lives with the fitness challenge. There will be 3 winners awarded, and we might have a couple special announcements on the 3rd day. So you guys might just want to be sticking around when I'm live. So make sure you hit the like button, hit the bell button, hit the subscribe button. I haven't charged nobody for shit yet, but this next crypto fitness challenge, you never know. Like my mind's spinning. I'm thinking, I'm excited. We have ideas. We're doing it in the background. I can't say anything because I'm not allowed, but it should be really interesting. And it's all about health, wealth, and it's not really about crypto. It's more so about not dying and being healthy and being okay with it and taking your life back. So let's switch out to... Let's go! Just like that. What a smooth transition in. That's just off the top, baby. Health is wealth, baby. That's right. 100K sounds healthy. And Louis. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. So what was I saying right before I jumped off here? Oh, yeah. We were doing the hack story. Let me get my arms up. Oof. All right, so let's do a little story time for the people that don't know me from the beginning of Hex, I guess. So all the people that were here after me that missed all this information. How did I get into hex? I'll tell you my whole story. When I was 23-ish, I wanted to date more women. I wanted to date more chicks, and I wanted them to be like me more. And I wanted to figure out how to do that without being a weirdo. So I hired some dude. Not hired some dude, but some guy had like a masculine empowerment course. His name's Jonathan. And he still does the course today. I joined this course, and I was naive-ish at the time, so I didn't understand everything about marketing and all that stuff, but I was excited, man. I wanted to learn, and it wasn't necessarily about chicks. I wanted to learn what these guys knew because I just wasn't satisfied with the life that I had. But I was young. I mean, I knew I had time to learn, and I was just investing in myself. So basically, we did that, and at the end of it, we were all buddy at the end of it. Jonathan, Charlie from Cultivate Crypto, those guys, we were all talking every single day. And at the end of it, they told me to buy crypto. They told me to buy crypto. And I was like, well, okay. Because I didn't care about money. I had money, but I didn't care. I didn't have a lot, but I mean, I had I was making money every week. That's for damn sure. Like I had a paycheck. I was working my ass off. But I never spent much, I was kind of just, well, that's not true. I spent money on the dumb shit, all the shit. I was going out to eat, I was drinking, I was doing whatever, blah, 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 spending money until I found, and then I went off. Okay, so they told me to buy Bitcoin. I bought 1.7 Bitcoin at like 4,300 or like 4,300 or 3,900. I think I bought one, and then I like DCA'd up a little bit. It was right at the COVID dip. And then I never opened, I think I bought that computer to buy crypto. Because I was like, oh, they told me to do this. They were really serious about it. So I was like, oh, let me get a computer. Because at the time, again, I had funds. So I went out and I bought a computer, I think. Or I'm not exactly sure how this all went down. But I remember doing the Coinbase, getting the Bitcoin, and never looking at it again. I never could give a shit about that stuff at the time. Now I'm kind of showing you my personality. I get stuck on stuff. I can't focus on too many things at once. And money, sometimes you can put to the side because if you're working hard enough that, the resources, people throw resources at you when you work hard. It's just the truth, guys. They really do. You don't want to accept all of them, of course. You want to be very picky about what you do, and you don't want to be stupid. But anyway, so I was doing the course. I was dating many women, and I'm not saying I was being crude or rude. We're not going to get into any detail or like that, but that was pretty much my mission at the time, was to date women, date as many women as I could, and see just, what about that life? Because to be honest, I just didn't do that at all. I had a weird 19 to 23. So I just wasn't dating, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to do this, blah, blah, blah. Got jacked, started dating, did the whole thing. And then I looked at my Bitcoin account. I mean, my Coinbase account, centralized Coinbase, not Coinbase wallet. And, it was like 100 grand or some shit or something. Like it was like 50 grand, 100 grand. I can't remember exactly when I looked at it, right? But I can just remember being like, Jesus, is this real? But again, I didn't take any of it out because, again, I just knew, I was like, hold on. Then I found Richard Hart. Then the guys that I was interacting with the masculine empowerment group, I started watching Cultivate Crypto's YouTube channel. I watched Dollar Cost Crypto, who I've had on the show, and I'm trying to get on the show again because I enjoy his insight. Yeah, we were just they were doing the courses and shit. I was watching all their channels. I was absorbing all the information. One day Miguel came on the show and was like, I think Hex is the real deal. And those guys told him to go all the way to fuck to hell. They laughed at him. They made fun of him. Again, I had no idea what was going on at the time. I didn't know what Hex was. I heard Hex. That's all I heard, Hex. It was catchy enough where I got it. That's another positive externality of Hex. It is catchy enough to remember even when you're not actively listening, which is valuable. There's a value premium there. That's why he always mentions the 3 letters things, because I did remember it. It was easy enough to remember, and it was passive enough information. And then I just went about all my life, and Hex did a 7,000x while I fucking slept on my stupid ass fucking Bitcoin. And those guys, yeah, because of Cultivate, Dante. Yeah, I was in their first group, I think, or like the first. I think I was in the first or second like masculine empowerment group, and I can't even. I feel like I didn't even do one of the crypto groups, but like I was just like siphoning information from them, like just sort of like listening. I wasn't like being. Yeah, the first stream I ever did was with Wave3 TV. We might need some history time. I don't know like when everyone got in. I know lots of you guys were here, but I still feel like a young buck new is like a spring chicken. You guys are really making my night. This is a fantastic chat today. The dialogue is absolutely positive. So, okay, yeah. So once I saw that fight, I was really good at picking up shit. Like these guys knew that I was smart too in the group. Like I was like the guy that like they would just be like, dude, you're fine. Like your life is gonna be great. Like they would reassure me that shit. They were like, you're very skilled, you're very motivated, you're relatively, nice to people. Like they're like, you're gonna be good. And I just was like, okay, cool. But anyway, so then when they started fighting real hard, I knew there was a discrepancy there. And I had a feeling that whoever this Richard Hart dude was correct. I didn't know what he was selling, but I know what not bullshitters, but I know what people that are just throwing answers out of their mouths usually say. And it was the exact things that they say about like explosive stuff, right? Like controversy. Like I could feel it. I could feel that there was some value somewhere, whether it was Richard. So I just watched all his shit. I watched all Richard's shit. And this was I'm day 502 or day 521. So I think this was like 400 days ago where I swapped my Bitcoin to Hex. 57K was the price when I did the first transaction, I think, like a Bitcoin on the way down. It was actually on the way up. I don't know if it was on the way down before the double top. So it was on the way down before the double top. Yeah, everyone was trying to figure out how I got hacked. I was so upset at the time that everyone was like, so at the time, guys, everyone, you got to imagine, everyone in the Hex community thought I was lying. They were like, who's this Jim Rat Crypto? He just came out of nowhere. He wants everyone to like watch him because he got hacked. I was like, nah, guys, I legit got hacked. So I went on with Papa Boner in Wales, and they like taught me. Like I was just like I am today. I was learning. And that's why I'm going to be more successful than a lot of these guys, because they're just not open-minded enough to learn when it's their time to learn. When their time to talk, they give great information. But when it's their time to learn, I don't know. You got to be one with your emotions. You have to understand that it's all just one big, you just got to be observant and sit back. That's why when those guys come on and start fighting, I'm never going to be the guy fighting unless someone comes at me directly. Like Joker came at me once directly, so I called him a fucking idiot. I ain't never seen him again. But no one else has ever came at me directly. You know what I mean? So unless, it's hard to say. I don't have Twitter fingers like that. Like I just like to slide into like Pompliano's shit and just roast him heavy. Just roast him so heavy, guys. How long have we been on here? 1 hour and 5 minutes. Are you guys enjoying yourself? Oh, wait. No, I still have story time. My bad. So anyway, then I found Richard Hart and I started looking up all his stuff. I looked up all his stuff. Everything. I could put my dirty little. I read his book. I listened to his book 10 times, 5 times. At the time, I had a pretty bad habit of listening to books 15 times because some guy wrote a book and he said, if you don't read it 15 times, then you don't get the information. So I kind of like went with that. But I understood what he was saying. It is just time and reps. It always is. The eyeballs will do the work for you. So I basically I bought into Hex. I FOMO'd at 1.9 cents because Motley did a stream and he's like, it'll never go to 1.9 cents again. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, woo. I sold all that Bitcoin and I swapped the shit and I staked it all and I lost all of that shit. I didn't lose all of it, but you know what I mean? I lost probably at the time, but again, the price was so inflated at the time. Like it was like a 27X So like 40 grand at the time, believe it or not, was like probably like 7 grand now. So I mean, I probably took like a 7 grand L, like at current prices, which is still a lot. You know, it still hurt. It still hurt bad. And nobody wanted to hear that shit. None of my support system wanted to hear that shit. And no one did. So yeah. Yeah, my ADD is way worse at night. This is correct. So basically, once I did the paid groups, once I found Richard, once I FOMO'd all my money into Hex, once I staked it all, I started getting obsessed with the community. I was obsessed. I made the shields with shieldmasters.com. We sent 50 of them out or something with Motley retweeting that shit. I was hyped up. I was making TikTok videos every single day. I was like, and this is while I was working. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do TikTok. So I did this tweet and I was like, I'm going to take over TikTok. And then it like blew up. And then I started TikToking. But then I was like, I literally got depressed because it was too much work between what I was doing at work and like going to the gym and just those TikToks. Like my learning curve, I was so behind on the learning curve. So I just was like, fuck it, I'm leaving my job. But anyway, I quit. So I found Richard Hart. I bought the Hex. I staked it. I started learning about security. And then, you know, I was fucking around on a computer that I was looking up porn and shit on still. You know, like I just didn't fucking know. I was a tower climber and I did another job, but like I was more of a construction guy. I never even had a computer until I bought Bitcoin. I think I bought my computer to buy Bitcoin, but I never used it for a whole year after that. So I've been fucking with computers for like a year. So like anyone who tells you can't learn stuff and do stuff, they're just lying. They just don't care. You have to care about what you're doing. And I knew that, oh, everyone's a dweeb and everyone uses these computers. Probably real easy, you know, if you really just pay attention. And I just took that and I rolled with it. Anyway, I interacted with the contract. Okay. Something popped up onto my MetaMask, I think. And it was like free airdrop. And at the time, like I didn't even know like free airdrops was a popular thing. So I didn't think like it would nuke my account. Next thing you know, it nukes my account. I was on live with Balliot Brand. And the next time I looked at my MetaMask, it was all gone. And I went to bed that night. I don't know if I went, and I think the next day I went on with Wales. But I went to bed that night. And the next morning night, you know, I didn't even really think about it much because it all felt like imaginary money to me anyway. You know, and it still does. I still really carry that same sentiment. And maybe I need more money. Maybe that's it. Maybe like until you like get over 1 million, you'll start like fucking getting all like crazy about your shit. But I doubt it. I'm just a goal motivated person. I'd rather dump all my money into doing stuff because I just like to do stuff during the day. Like I need goals. I need a mission. I need a target. And right now my target is greatest crypto YouTuber of all time. Now that is a very hard target to hit. And it takes a lot of baby steps. Thousands and thousands and thousands of baby steps, learning how to do everything, learning how to be a good personality, mental health on point, transparent, never shilling, not doing valueless shit. Like it's hard. It's just like a job, like anything. How did you feel at the moment for real? Did you feel empty, like sick? I just felt scared. It was more like a scared feeling because I had other accounts too. So I was kind of like in fear that something that I didn't know how to stop was going to continue doing this, if that makes sense. And then because I didn't really understand like how things were hacked yet. Like now I kind of know like the direction of action and like how it works and like what units it would move between. But back then it was just like, you got hacked. And I was scared. I was shaking. I couldn't talk on the phone to Balliot. I called Balliot Brand right away. And then everyone on the internet called me a liar. There was people in my chat for like 6 months, like, you fucking liar. I was like, no, I wasn't depressed at all. The next day, no, I was more excited than ever. I use negative energy to propel myself forward because these are all just small things at the end of the day. Like, you know, they're very small things. You could lose your life. You could lose a limb. You want to know how hard it is to do something like that? I don't want to know. But no, I'm not strong-minded. I've just been through a lot of mental anguish in my life. So like little mental anguish moments don't hurt. I was depressed for a long time. Like, oh my God, like from 20 to like 23, 24, I probably would have been considered clinically depressed. because I could not figure out how to stabilize myself while being like a decent person. If you know what I mean. Like the only way I could stabilize myself was like to not be a decent person. I lost like 40 grand at the time, but USD value now like 7.5 thousand. And all the airdrop opportunities and shit. So it's just the only way, right? Like you get to a certain point where you're like, what else can I do? There's no one coming to save me. But one thing I do know, many people are wasting their day and they're wasting their moments. And if you just don't waste your moments for like a few hours a day and actually put it towards something that benefits you, you could change your life in like a year. And if you want to do it like not like this is a bit of an odd way to do it, but this is just the way that I'm doing it. But take 2 years, 5 years, you know what I mean? But just know like your energy can be put towards you. It doesn't have to be put towards other stuff. It's just that's a game we play, like this work. But again, when you have I made it so I have low overhead. So I pretty much can kind of move how I want for this moment. But again, this is just a moment in time. I'm not much of a, my goal is like, just keep moving, baby. Excited. Yeah, dude. I know that shit sucks, man. And I haven't been depressed since probably 4 years now. 3 or 4 years. Were you able to profile the hacker or thief? Congrats. Moved on like a champ. No, he just sent it to a trading platform. I think it was called it was a UK trading platform, but it was just like they just trade the shit. They get it out of there, man. They ERC20 tornado cash it, or they sell it, or whatever. I don't know. When I saw 150 million hex and like 700,000 die, I was like, yeah, this dude knows what he's doing. Appalachian, how old are you? Oh my God, you are talking to a dead man. You lost the stakes. I lost the liquid hex initially, and the stakes were still there. But then, like a month and a half later, he just dumped the stakes. But they were all really long, so we basically just dumped them on a loss. Like literally dumped them on a loss. Yeah, man. You don't have to. Stress about stuff that's not going to hurt you, or like if the thing's not going to critically mess your life up, like day to day, like what's really the problem? Like what if that hex somehow made it so like I couldn't work anymore, or I couldn't make money anymore, or like, if something happened like that was devastating enough to my financial situation that I was at a really net loss, like it would have hurt different. But I don't over leverage myself. I never do. I never do. I just haven't. I don't have credit card, barely have a credit card, barely have anything, but I have hex stakes and USDC and some freaking meme coins that I've been getting and some Pokegons. And I also have some Revolt stake that someone sent me like back when it started. Yeah, no. So yeah, exactly. Wait, let me see. What's going on in this chat? Is there someone in the chat? Let me see what's going on in the chat. Let me address the chat. Because guys, sometimes you just got to talk about life, Sometimes that's just what you got to do, It's because at the end of the day, it's all about just your day-to-day habits, man. Like everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing. Try to do most of it. Try to get most of your shit done. You don't have to be all or nothing when you have a day. Like you don't have to be like, oh, I'm either going to suck today or be good. Just get your shit done. Try your best. Some days you're going to feel better than others. Some days you just feel like $1 million. Some days you just feel like a pile of crap. But if your mental health's good, you don't like wiggle too much. Like you just up and down, but it's in the middle. And once I got away from the pharmaceutical industry and started researching on my own, I was never depressed again. It took me about 4 months to reverse 12 years of pharmaceutical damage and rehabs and horrible things, along with my personality, which is very hyper aggressive towards substances. Sensitive. Redefine it, but crypto got me better. I was depressed for 40 years. The key is you wanted to change correct. Well, I wanted to be successful. And I just want to be successful. I'm not going to do anything that cuts fat off of the success in my life, which crying about that would have cut success off of it. It would have just been like a net negative. The suffer with anxiety and panic attacks, like I get sick and will puke. Well, I think that you should definitely read up on some ways to counter that without heavy use of benzodiazepines, of course, because they're extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. I'm not saying nobody can use them or whatever. I'm just saying, like, you just want to, there's lots of stuff you can do. Get better sleep, better nutrition, start working out, start there, and then move your way up, because you got to be healthy. We got to get healthy together, fam. You lost the stakes. All delayed gratification in the ecosystem really helps. Damn, I am very glad you finally got out of that, brother. Thank you. The person must want to change in order to see a difference. Exactly. But I don't know, like, what creates that want to change, right? Like, it's hard for me to kind of figure out, like, is it just my personality? Because, like, a lot of people in my family are the same. Like, they're all very similar in the way they're driven. Like, they're kind of like, they're not loners, but they like to work alone. They like to not have a boss. They like to just be kind of private and work and just get it done and have a long day's work and not work for anyone else. Like, it's a very similar trend. And the freedom just excites me. Like, when I wake up in the morning, like, I never thought there would be a day where I could wake up in the morning and someone wouldn't be telling me what to do. And, like, that day came way faster than I ever could have imagined. And it's not because I was, like, financially 100% successful. The value proposition for the workforce had changed. I was making the same amount of money, but it didn't feel like I was getting enough money for what I was doing. And it wasn't about the job. It was just about the time. Hex pays my time because I'm staked. And I felt like I had no time. And Hex gave me my time back, mentally freeing me to understand that in this system, and I'm not saying Hex make you rich no matter what. It's a long-term investing, or, semi long-term to long-term investing strategy that I prefer in crypto, the 401k of crypto, on steroids. No, I haven't even looked at Pokégon, bro. I've been playing RuneScape like a motherfucker. So that's a lot of my story, guys. I got hacked. I started the channel because, well, actually, there's a little part in there too where, Joker reached out to me to do streams on his channel, and I started doing that. And eventually we all got in a fight or whatever. And because I was like, this is bogus. This is nothing like I want to do. I want to read. I want to be critical detail. It was all like, just like fake fucking bullshit. And I just had to dip out of that. So, like, there was this period where I was like streaming on that show. There was like 400, 500. This was the bull market. Shit was a lot different back then. It's crazy. It's like 500 live viewers on like my second stream, and I was getting hacked. I don't remember if that was before or after the hack. I can't even fucking remember because all the timestamps. But there was a time there where I was working with Joker, and then he like invited me on his stream, and he just basically like said a bunch of weird stuff, and I was like, dude, you're kind of crazy. And then, I haven't seen that. He probably blocked me. I haven't seen him since. I like to say that nothing bad about him, of course. Just I'm not a shit talker, really. I'm not. I'm more of just like a worker. Like, people just hate me because I work hard, and it bothers them. And they know they can't outpace it, so they're like, fuck, I better just try to undercut this dude. But then I just jump right over their heads. Yeah, so I'm going to browse one more time to make sure there's nothing I'm missing. I'm really enjoying talking to you guys. If you have any questions, this is probably the perfect time to ask them. I don't solo stream that often, so this is a tweet. This is a tweet because I was feeling good today, and I wanted to get the extra stream in. And what is everyone tweeting about? The stream last night had like 250 live viewers. Gunther was wilding out. He said Pulse Dogecoin is like the best buy right now. Like, literally, he told everyone that. And I was like, what? The conviction this guy had, it was incredible, honestly. Like, it opened my mind in a way, because it doesn't matter what you guys say. Like, some of these points that he actually believes, and he's a really smart guy. And I've talked to him many a time. He's an interesting guy. And I don't personally plan on buying any Pulse Dogecoin, but, you never know. I hope If I do, it'll be a back end FOMO, and hopefully I still go on the rocket ship, you know? I'm so excited for the Rolo Tomasi stream. I've spoken to Rolo before in a paid course that he was a part of, like asked him Q&A questions. So let me see here. Everybody take a deep breath and just party hardy. Why Riot turn it down? I'm trying to look for that bridge hack. You know what? I think we had that good story time. I don't know. You're gonna have to talk about that. You don't lose any testosterone. That's not how testosterone works. It's just the way you feel. Potentially, like I don't. Sex and masturbation before the gym has little to no effect on the average person that's in the gym. Yeah, if you're really locked in, like that might have a difference, but that's all just unique to the person, you know. If you're playing with your dick 4 times a day, you're gonna feel like a lousy son of a bitch. I'll tell you that. It don't matter if you go to the gym in between or not. You should just don't fucking do that shit all the time. Just the less the better with that stuff. I started taking all supplements Jack is taking, hoping to achieve. Well, the thing is now, DAP FOMO. I don't want to FOMO you out, but people's receptor activity within their system is a lot different. There's some people that take a little bit of testosterone and it registers as a lot, and there's some people that take so the way your cells interpret the receptor activity is also different. So don't look at that number. Look at the way you feel. This is a feeling. The number does nothing. That's just the description of how you're feeling. It's a hormone. So you'll feel it. You'll feel more up and masculine if you're doing all your nutrition and working out and everything. No, semen retention doesn't work. It's just a bunch of... Yes, it's stupid though. It's like, why you guys waste your time thinking about semen retention? Like, I'll just outwork you and not masturbate. Like, I don't need to do that. You just got to think about what you actually want to do, not like avoid doing other stuff, because when you're focused on the right thing, you will avoid doing the wrong things for that goal in particular. So like if you're super focused on like playing video games, you're going to like fuck your whole life up to like harness the energy to play video games successfully. And when you're thinking about like you just you got to focus on the right stuff. Focus on the right stuff. Don't play the smart people games. Smart people games. Don't play this. I'm not trying to be mean, but don't play the dumb people games. Like reading and masturbation literature and stuff like that. Like that's just not important. Like just limit yourself and be smart. There's only so much information you need to learn about certain things. You don't have, unless you're just super interested, you know? Yeah, focus on the dollar cost average, not the beating. It's all about what you focus on, right? If you feel like you have too much sexual energy, if you feel that means your body's telling you that you need to do something. And it means you maybe need to tackle some of you being a big pussy and not asking people out or doing whatever you want to do. Just try to be friendly about it. Don't overdo it. Just be friendly. If you're going to ask out some chicks, just be nice, be cool. Just know all the weird shit, it's not smart. Don't follow Richard Hart for fucking chick advice. Trust me that. You want to be very solid, level-headed, and stern. And I'm not saying I don't know what he's like with chicks, but you just know it's about being calm. You want to be nice, you want to be calm, masculine, and just start there. And then you can just do whatever. Yeah, I do need I don't take pre-workout right now. I haven't taken pre-workout in like a month. It's because I didn't want to buy any. Like when I ran out my last one, I would take it if I had it, but I just haven't had any. I think I have a bad problem with sex. I think it's an addiction. My mind thinks about it many times a day and I hate it. Well, maybe you need to like actually accomplish goals in that arena. Like try to open yourself up. Like whatever you want in that way, like you can achieve it and you don't have to be out of control, but you're probably just longing for something. Like you don't have to fool yourself. Like if you feel lonely or detached in a way, maybe you are, and you just need to like slowly work up to dealing with it. But if it's like about fucking many girls at one time, yeah, that's probably an issue. Like if you go too far down that rabbit hole, I'm telling you guys, you can never come back until you like take months and months and months to like rehabilitate yourself. Like that's why when I'm having sex and doing stuff like that, I try to be a normal dude. Like I'm not like there was, just be kind and graceful. Like when you're doing stuff, and be just transparent with the person you're with and be cool and be open-minded. But you don't want to be a fucking crazy psychopath, or like you don't want to do shit too much. You just want to chill. Just be chill, do your work, focus on your life, focus on you. And if you can't focus on you, then you probably have some stuff that you have to accomplish in real life so you can get to the point where you're willing to focus on you. Because the only way that I could stop focusing on chicks was to date a bunch of them, to be quite honest. And now I don't think about chicks much anymore. I have a girlfriend and everything's going great with that. And, my life's just been different a little bit. So I'm just kind of growing, changing. But I don't like wasting time. Girls are a ginormous waste of time, dude. I'm not talking about your girlfriend. Oh, you have a wife. Well, my brain fucks me up. Trust me, disgusting. I have that addiction. We are very open wife and I. Yeah, so it sounds like maybe you should just go like talk to someone. But you have to stop looking at porn. You understand? Like this is your fault. You're looking at fucking porn. Stop. You have to stop. Like your porn addiction is not. You're not. Understand that it's smaller than you might think. Like everyone's been there. Just ditch the porn. And if you tell me you don't look porn, I'm going to end the stream right now. But anyway, guys, total ass backwards side tangent at the end of that. I answered your fucking question, bro. You better send me a fucking super chat sometime because I just diverted that whole entire crypto show into a workout masturbation show. And I don't know if that's good for ratings. It might be good for ratings. You never know. But guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I can read you like a book, and that's okay. It's okay. You don't have to fucking freak out. Relax, admit it, accept it. Just accept it. It's not going to kill you, bro. It's not going to end your life. Like, you're going to get over it. Trust me. It's more normal than you probably think. And you're just isolated from that information. But, like, just chill. Please monitor yourself. A slip up every once in a while is not going to kill you, but you have to have people you're talking with, or you're just going to, you don't want to isolate yourself. You want to be out and about talking to people, being around. Then you work, then you go to bed. You do your shit. Don't be sitting at your desk jerking off. I think this is good for the algo. I'm just totally fucking with you about the super chat. I was just joking. You gave, free consultations, baby. I love it. We should do a day where it's just like this, where it's just like I basically just answer questions about life stuff that I think. Because I'm probably better at like life stuff than 20 per Lucido on me. You're so fucking nice, Bob. You're so nice. Yeah, you just gotta accept, man. It's okay. I've been there too. Exact same place. I think most men have. It's a hurdle you have to jump. Stop thinking of it as a hurdle you have to be afraid of. You have to jump that hurdle. Just fucking get over that part. You're not broken, bro. You're just fucking, you're putting some energy in the wrong places and you're feeding it. It's like if you don't look at your computer, you're not going to be addicted to the video game on your computer. It's like you're just overindulging in something and then you're blaming it on the result of it. Yeah, I've been there, man. Fuck yeah, I've been there. Yeah, dude, I've fucking been there. And it's not nothing to be ashamed of either. Like every single person in this chat has done the same thing, like to a degree. So that's a pretty fair one. Like everyone's touched their pee. Oh, yeah. Bob, that's going straight to my LP. If I was a crayon, I would be I'd be black. Or light blue. Either one. Those are my two favorites. Anyway, guys, great to see you. I hope you're all here tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. I hope you guys like and support this content. If you really do enjoy it, when you tweet stuff out, when you comment, when you like, that's the best part. And it will help me grow this channel way faster and way more effectively if we can just do the team effort on that, boy. Yeah, dude, when Orca? That's a great question. Yes, I'll do a Pokegon stream with Orca, 100%. That's just a non-negotiable, really. My delts, my arms are getting smaller because I haven't been lifting arms. So, like, they're pretty skinny if you really look on the... No, that's not true. That's not true, Dougie. Every freaking single dude is addicted to porn, too. So let's not get that twisted. Most of the guys that are single don't have girlfriends, and they just look at porn. So at least you got a wife. Have a great night, guys. Hey, guys, seriously, though. Great talk. I like to get real on occasion, too. That's just real talk. I don't care what anyone says. I've been down that shit before. Pain in the ass can be trouble, but it's just a blip on the radar, you know? Like, I got over that at some time ago, and I'm not saying that I'm an angel, you know what I mean? Like, things happen, but for the most part, I've totally kicked that out of my life, like, for the most part, and it's just not something I think about anymore. It's not where I harvest my energy. Usually harvest my energy into my work, and then I hopefully try to stay away from the weed pipe a little if I'm hitting it too extra, or I like, you know, there's lots of stuff to do. You get exercise, go get some food, learn, do your mail, clean your house. Guys, it's your boy GRC. We're getting better every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern, and sometimes at 5:30 p.m. Eastern as I become more aware of what the fuck I'm doing. But it's been a great show, guys. I hope everyone has a great day. Doses.